So this is my first post, and I just wanted to kind of show you my process. It's maddening, and I get it, and I don't plan anything. I just sort of surround myself with a bunch of stuff I like, and then I see what happens. First thing I'm going to do is lay down some color, and I usually just kind of moist the page a little bit. This is a mister that I actually had when I was a hairdresser, and I use it now for my art. And then I just start throwing paint on here. I don't really have a color scheme in mind. I'm using the Jane Davenport Large Journal, and I use her mermaid markers and her watercolor a lot because they're so vibrant. I love how much paint you can put down with it, and then sometimes I'll just smooth that out a little bit. Obviously, I used Mod Podge on that brush and didn't clean it out, so let me do one softer. This is sort of how I go from, ooh, it's a blank page, to, what am I going to do today? So I just kind of smear it in, and then I want to add another color. In with my mermaid markers, I also have some of the Spectrum Noir sparkle markers. I try to do the sparkle, gosh, say that a bunch of times fast. I try to do the sparkle kind of last as a top layer because it does get everywhere once you add the sparkle to it. So, and this is just a little cup of the water. I don't know if you can see it, but I like blending like the pink and the blue, and I love the hot pink, and the turquoise makes such a cute little pretty lavender. So I have a sister who is a real artist. I'm not a real artist. I'm a crafter who just discovered some amazing artists and some amazing supplies like Jane Davenport and Dinah Wakely and Diane Reevely. And so I just started saying, maybe I could do that. And I make her crazy because she plans her page, she sketches and pencil first, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do today, so I'm gonna start it like this. And sometimes I usually try to do a 2-page spread, but you can see I've forgotten to even come over here. So here I go now. That's how planned out this is. Such a hodgepodge. Let's just see what happens when we squirt this on that. Kind of painter and art. I call myself an artist now, just because I have seen so many online videos. I've watched several, and I've been in a few workshops, Jane Davenport online workshops. I love her. I love all her stuff. I've watched Dina Wakely since we've all been in lockdown. I've been watching some of her live tutorials. I watched a Tim Hope live tutorial today. It was amazing. Makes me want to go buy distress markers. But this is just what I do because I don't like white. I'm the person who just I want color on my pages before I even know what I'm going to do with them. So I like to have a background. I always say to people, I tell them I've started calling myself an artist. I'm really still not an artist. I don't know what I'm doing, but I say to everybody, I'm not an artist, but I can glue stuff on stuff. So one of the things I like to do is start with something that I think is pretty. At first it was white, and now it's not white, so I think that's pretty. So this is just a little travel hairdryer that I bought when I went out of town, and I never used it because every hotel in the whole world actually has a hairdryer in their rooms. So now I use it as my quick and easy, lightweight. I don't have to fumble around with a big old large hairdryer, and it works just fine for drying the pages in between. Okay, now the fun part. What do I want to put on here? I got a new set of tissue the other day that I fell in love with. I think I'm going to start some of it. It is like a newsprint. This is true gift wrapping paper tissue that you buy in the party section. So you can see I'm cracking it open, brand new, haven't used it yet, and I can't wait. All right. I don't need all that. Put that over there. Okay. Yummy. I like words. I like doing them upside down and backwards. I don't like straight edges, so let's just start with, I always just use the matte medium, Liquitex. I have Podge Podge. I've used it before. I use just about anything that I can get my hands on that people say. I even bought some decoupage for napkins one time because I like using napkins, but I couldn't really tell that it was any different, so I just go back to the Mod Podge. This is a Mod Podge brush, which I never remember to wash out, so mine is really stiff and yucky, but if you keep it nice and soft, it's really yummy to use. Do what I say and not what I do, because mine's terrible. I always wind up getting it the next day and it's stiff, and I'd forgotten it on the couch arm where I did my craft or whatever, and then I try to soak it in warm water and wash it out. And it does okay because it's a glue brush, so of course you're going to mess up your brushes. I always say don't use a good brush for Mod Podge or any of your glue and stuff, because not going to be your good brush after. I've heard of people like adding, I don't know, water to just plain Elmer's glue and watering it down a little or something. That might work. I've not tried it. I was so tickled. I've only been doing this for like a year, and I went through my very first bottle this size of matte medium, and it just thrilled me to know that I have been gluing stuff on stuff for that long. It's like I say, I'm not an artist, but I can glue stuff on stuff. Well, I painted it glue that way, and I decided I wanted to go this way. Oh well. Change it up. So this is the method. Well, not the method. This is the madness. There is no method to it. I just try to use like whatever I tore off, and then I'll put other stuff, you know, happy random, no plans, nothing major. And if I hate it, then I'll put something over that. I mean, we're just gluing stuff on stuff. Okay, then I like to mix like some of that newsprint with some pretty stuff. So this is the Jane Davenport Collage Napkins. And you just have to remember to always peel that back layer off. I almost always use this to mop up a spill, because I almost always have a spill later. And again, I just like to kind of get right in the middle and get some pretty spots that don't have edges on them. And I don't think about what colors go. I don't know any of that. I didn't go to art school, and I don't know. I mean, I can tell you what color to use if your hair is too brassy or has too much red in it, but I don't know about art. I just do what I think, oh, that looks good, and I just do it. And I think that's what makes people happy. Just do what you like. And this is why I like having a good background too, because most of the stuff that I collage with is transparent, so you can still see those pretty colors I laid down through it, but that's not the main. Oops, look, I ripped that one. See, I do that stuff. I'm never perfect at this. And I'm gluing off, getting all that extra glue off my fingers. This brush is way too stiff for this napkin, but I use it anyway because I don't care. And then this is Tim Holtz Ideology collage paper. This one's got birds on it. And have I used this before? Yeah, I think I have. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. But it's got cute little music notes in the background, so I think I'm going to put it like right over here. I think she's cute. I found those, so I bought them and then probably hid them from my husband. And then I was looking for something else in my craft room and found those. And I was like, gosh, these haven't even been opened yet. And I was so excited. So let's use those. I found this one beside it. I must have got a deal. I bought both of them. Oh, I've used this one. I remember using this one because it's flowers. Ooh, I like the red rose. I have scissors in here, but y'all, seriously, that just, you know, you gotta stop and get the scissors. Nah, don't want to do that. So this is gonna be a happy little page when we get done. For now, it's still just background. It's gonna be a cute home for something. These collage papers do take my terribly messed up, horribly stiffened Mod Podge brush a little better. What else? I want this yellow flower too. Let's put her up in here. Oh, the only time I do use an edge, I take back the fact that I said I hate all edges. I like it when I can actually put the edge against the edge of the page. I will do that on occasion. But I hope not many times. I don't like real hard edges in the middle. Throw that over there, throw that up there. I'll clean that up later. Maybe, maybe not. All right, what's next? Oh gosh, y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen these yet, but these are the Delusion collage sheets. And so while I'm sitting and watching television, I just cut these out. They're on a whole page. I don't know if I have a whole page in here, but she makes them on a whole page, and then you have to fussy cut them. You can have a fancy machine that does it. I don't have a fancy machine. So while I'm watching TV, I'll just cut around them. So I'm gonna find something really cute to put on this because I love her and all her stuff. That's a funky head. That'd be cute right there. Do I need a body or just oh, I didn't cut that out. I don't feel like doing that. That's kind of funky. Oh, I think that'll be cute right there. Huh, this could be her body. Ooh, she's shaped like a pear, maybe? I don't know. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and feet. Maybe some feet, but not really legs. Okay, there's my girl. All right. Let's put some of this down. Oh, that's one thing I was gonna tell you. She actually recommends not not gluing on the top of it and using like a glue stick, which I did buy her glue sticks for this, and I agree, they do work better, but I've already forgotten that, so look what I did. I collaged it on top, and I've got to give her a neck. Okay. So this is for those people who think, you know, they're not artists because they don't know how to plan a composition of a page and they don't know about lighting. I'm proving to you that it can be done even if you don't know what you're doing. There's so many cool tools out there that make arting kind of easy. So I've got this girl on this side. What do I want on the other? Oh, I need to put him down. I like him. He's funky. Oh, I did it again. I keep forgetting to get the glue stick out. Oh, well. And just because someone recommends something doesn't mean it's the only way you can get it done, right? True. Right. Okay, so that's down. What next? What am I going to do now? I do think it needs a little brightness. Oh, I found her in a magazine. I like that her yellow looks kind of, it's a little green over here. Maybe I'll have her like that. I like that. Okay. This was a magazine, so I just saved a whole bunch for some reason, and I never ever, I think had an actual subscription to them and got so behind on reading them that I wound up just going through and throwing them all away. But before I did, I pulled out any pictures of girls' faces, girls' bodies, because I thought I can put these on my journal as, again, I don't even know if I'm working on background still or if this is part of my focal point. I hadn't figured it out. You'll have to ask an art student who actually has had instruction in art what I'm doing, because I don't know. So I do know with the magazine you do have to be a little more careful. My hands stay sticky all the time because I just rub on stuff. I think I'm just gonna dry this right quick and see what happens. You'll see Jane Davenport is one of my favorite. I use a lot of her products. She's the reason why I got into art and not just craft, because I found some of her products at the Hobby Lobby, and I've always been a real face, eye, makeup, almost all of my stuff has real feminine flair to it. And when I saw her making faces line, I just lost my mind. And I Googled her and started the madness then. So I do have a couple of her stencils too I wanted to use that I thought I brought. Maybe, maybe not. I think they're here. Yeah, so these are the stencils that come when you purchase her acrylic paint. So that's pretty nice. She always has like a little goodie. I'm gonna put, I think I might just put a little bit of this in black, since that's the only stamp color I brought. Just in the corner. Almost just like a shadow, because I don't want it to be real black. Yeah. You can see how planned out this is, right? Oh yeah. Oops, I ripped that a little bit. Oops, sorry girl, I'll have to fix your hair later. I'll fix her, don't you worry about it. Or just stick something on top of her. And that wasn't real dry yet, so now my stencil's sticky. Lovely. Okay, that's all right. Let's just do this. So I have a little script stamp. I have no idea where I got it. Somewhere online, I'm sure. I love script. I like music and I like script. Oh, I hate that I gave that a line though, so I'm gonna make it look like it's not a line. I like doing the middle of the stamp more than I do the edges, unless, like I said earlier, I'm on an edge. Then it makes sense, but I'm not on an edge here, so I don't like. And one way you can do that is just by not inking up your edges, right? Just ink up the middle of it. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I don't like that I messed up her face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I messed up your face. Okay, that's enough of that. All right. So I think I might just put like a little quote in here. So here's cute, kind of funny. Since this whole time I've been saying I'm not gonna fix that because I don't care. I'll use one of Diane Reevely's back chats where she's saying, picture it. I think me needs to be on the second line, maybe. I don't know. Let's try that. Picture it, me. Oh, this is so close. Picture it. Me giving a frick. Snarky. I like it. Okay, and we'll go around that with some markers later. Told you I'd fix her face. Well, I did. I'm going to. Just watch. Look what I found. Wow, that was way too much glue. I found another face of a girl. Perfect, right? Perfect. Now, if I can just remember to leave her alone so I don't mess up her face, and I'll make it all work together a little later when everything dries. So I decided I did not like her face and peeled her off, and I'm going to do the correct suggested thing and use the glue stick to put, oh, look, I've already stuck this on double-sided tape because I'm smart like that. Sometimes I do things the right way because I'm bored, but this wound up being more trouble than it's worth, this putting this double-sided tape on here, because then I had to cut it out and it was sticky. And look, it might not even work. Yeah, it's gonna work. So now I'm just going to stick this little head down onto my girl. I like her coloring better and I like her style better. So now I fixed it. Told you I'd fix you, and I fixed you. Now I'm gonna put in some finishing touches to what I've already laid down. So I've got to find a good quote for her because I think she looks pretty fierce herself. I like the good quote we've got going on for her friend. Again, I'm using a Jane Davenport pen. This is one of the chisel one. So it's a little fatter and thicker on one side and thinner on the other. This is good. I almost used this on her, but I think she needs it more. I know you were talking. That's why I stopped listening. So this is the finished product. There's my cute little quote. I'm going to try to do a little close-up and not make you too seasick. I did add a little flower to her pants and her outfit off camera, and up and around on this one, and her cute little quote, which is so funny. And that's it. I'm chaotic crafting. Thanks. Bye-bye.